I'm gonna break down the two main things that actually affect home prices and what you need to look out for so you can kind of know what's gonna happen in the future when it comes to home prices. What's going on, everyone? Adam Schwarz here, top real estate agent. If this is your first time to my channel, every single week I drop videos about real estate. So if you're into real estate, make sure you hit that subscribe button. On today's video, I'm gonna break down the two main things that actually affects home prices and what I think the number one thing is that actually affects home prices based on the numbers. So I broke down since 2010 to now what prices have done in the Riverside area, plus active listings and rates. And so that's the big thing we need to look over. Obviously, we know rates are going up right now. We started the year around 3.25. Now we're already up to 7. So we've seen a massive jump because they're trying to slow down inflation. And so we've obviously seen the housing market slow down. But we thought, well, one thing that was gonna happen was, a lot of people said, oh, there's no way home prices are gonna go down because inventory is so low. We saw massive inventory shortages the last 2 years. And a lot of experts said, oh, there's no way home prices are gonna go down because inventory is so short. We have a massive amount of buyers. It's just not gonna happen. But we've actually seen inventory actually go down the last month about 11%, and we see home prices going down. Back in May in Riverside, we saw a peak at 632,000, and last month in August, we saw medium home prices be 600,000. So we've seen $30,000 drop, and we think we're gonna keep seeing prices go down because rates are gonna keep going up. And so if you go down from the last time we were coming out of a housing crash, we saw the average sale or medium home price in Riverside at 194. And if you kind of see, inventory kind of starts going tick, 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 tick. Before this, we had over like 8,000 houses on the market because we had the biggest crash of all time. Some people think that it's gonna happen again. I just don't see us having that amount of massive homes hitting the market for two reasons. One, that was bad lending and that was banks flooding the market with homes and foreclosure because they got bailed out by the government, and so they didn't care how many they lost money on their assets. That's one. Two, there's been so many things added to regulations now that it's very hard for someone to foreclose on. The main bank's job is to keep people in houses. So I just don't see we're gonna see a massive amount of foreclosures happen, and that's why I don't think tons and tons of properties are gonna hit the market, which that's gonna crash the price. So if you look, inventory's gone downwards from about 2,200 in 2016 down to under 1,000. Rates went from 4.69, and in 2016 we had 3.85. We kind of seen rates go down, down, down. In the early 2000s, we saw rates around 6% where we are now, and a lot of people think that's what kind of held the crash of last time. I think it was like a perfect storm. It was a lot of people who shouldn't have owned houses because a lot of those people were on adjustable rates or balloon payments. So when rates shot up, they went to go refi and they just couldn't afford the payment anymore, and that's why they ended up losing their houses. So we saw rates keep going down, 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 and notice, even though inventory was going down, rates were going down, and that's why we saw an increase in pricing. We got to a normal market in this area. This is actually when I started real estate right here. This is when you could put a house on the market, price it right, you would sell it in the first week or so, not 20 offers, but you get 1 or 2, maybe 5 to 10 grand over asking price. And then when you went and showed buyers, you show them 10 houses, 15 houses, you would get an offer accepted at that point. So for me, that looked like that's a normal market. All right, so we saw inventory go down, 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 and then this is what caused the perfect storm is this area right here, and this is why home prices skyrocketed from, the middle of 400s all the way up to 600,000 last month, is we saw inventory crash and we saw rates crash. And so the bigger thing we need to keep an eye on is obviously inventory and rates. We know rates are gonna keep going up. Inventory is something that we just don't know about. So just plan on rates keeping going up because inflation is not under control and the Fed is gonna keep raising rates until they control inflation. Right now, I think we're at 8.65 and they wanna get all the way down to 3%. So we have a long way to go. So expect rates to keep going up, kind of what we saw back in the late 70s and early 80s. I'm actually gonna shoot a video later today talking about when rates are going like that. So make sure you hit that bell button so you don't miss out on that video because I think that's gonna explain a lot what's going on right now, and I think that it's something you should know moving forward in the future. Historic low rates, historic low prices, and the historic high prices. So what's happening now? Prices are gonna keep going down because rates are gonna go back up, inventory is gonna go up, and so keep an eye on inventory because we know rates are going up. That's an obvious, we know that's gonna keep going, happening. The big question is that no one actually knows is how long will the Fed keep pushing rates up, and are they wanting to crash the housing market and crash the stock market to get inflation in control. The one thing I want people to realize is inflation is actually the consumer's fault. We had to assume and know that when you're spending $50,000, $100,000 over asking price, and we're putting so much money in the system and it's heating up, we're causing inflation. And so we knew it was coming. So the only way we're gonna get out of it is to stop spending money. And that's why they're trying to make it so expensive, like buying a house right now at $4,600 for a $600,000 payment with 3.5%. We're losing a lot of those buyers. So a lot of people thought inventory was gonna go up. We're actually seeing inventory stay about the same, but we're definitely gonna see rates going up and they're not gonna stop soon. So hopefully this video helps. If you have any questions about buying and selling, I know it's very difficult in this current market. It's so crazy, especially if you're thinking about selling or buying. What should I do now? Should I wait? And all these things. Just send me a message. I'd love to have a conversation with you to see what we can figure out the best plan for you. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.